with the punches. We keep on rolling. We keep this train moving. We got the cops flying around here. We got everything going. Now, yes, Shaboy Carcino back again. Hit the like button as we got to go into this. We'll do a panel probably, if not tonight, tomorrow. Man, this news is coming hot, fast, and heavy. Tom Thibodeau of the New York Knicks has been fired. The organization has decided to part ways with Tom Thibodeau. That is absolutely correct. And one player, in my opinion, has got him fired. And that one player is Jalen Butterball Brunson. He got his goddaddy, one of his godfathers, fired. He went to the other goddaddy and said, and his other daddy saying, I don't want him here no more. I don't want him coaching me no more. I made one phone call to New York City. One. And they had the whole team. That conversation was less than 5 minutes. It gave me everything. In New York, they know what's going on. They was like, Tibbs is on the hot seat for a long time. Like dog, he was on the hot seat. He's like, he did this 2 playoffs in a row. It wasn't that we lost, it's how we lost. That's on Tibbs. Can't just start throwing guys in the last 2 games. He messed up our lineup. He messed it all up. Had he been playing the guys he's been playing in the regular season, why wasn't Precious Achiuwa on the court? So, all of this is like New York fans wanted Tibbs gone. And they got their wish. Y'all got Tibbs up out of there. I didn't think he would get fired. But what made it alarming to me was the next day, Corey. The next day, and this is where it got bizarre. The very next day, I saw, because we were live streaming, I didn't get to see Brunson's interview. I didn't see Brunson's interview till the next day, his post game, where he gets into it with the guy who asked him that question. The media don't ask you a question like that. That guy was planted there to have that question asked to Brunson, so Brunson could be seen defending. It was done so he could be seen defending Tibbs. The press don't ask questions like that. Not anymore. They're not saying, well, do you think like Tibbs, yeah, do you feel comfortable being with Tibbs? Like, why would you ask a player that at the end of the game? That whoever that person was that asked that question, that the media would take his credentials. That question was planted. They knew they were moving on from Tibbs. And I'm going to tell you what went down and how and the reasoning behind the situation. Here's the news. It became official. In the Eastern Conference Finals. When they were down 3-1, Tibbs was fired. If they did not win this series, Tibbs was fired based off of his relationship with Jalen Brunson and how he managed Brunson, sitting him down for several minutes when he had a role going on. This is before, like, game 2. He would sit Jalen Brunson when Jalen Brunson really didn't want to come out of the game. He would sit Jalen Brunson down for a large amount of time, then throw Jalen Brunson in the lineup while Indiana's rolling or has some momentum and guys are on the floor. And now Brunson feel like he's got to do what he got to do now to keep the team in the game. No, because when you got 15, 16 people telling you you're the man, everything you're doing is great, man, you're perfect, nothing wrong with you. This is the first time people started to point the finger at Butterball and say, hey man, you dribbling too much, you hogging the ball too much, you doing this too much. The same things I've been saying all season about Jalen Brunson. Same thing I said a year ago about Jalen Brunson. Same thing I've always said about Jalen Brunson. Now everybody want to point out that's what he doing wrong. So all the blame was going on Brunson. Then they switch it all to Cat. And then nobody was blaming Tibbs. Why was Tibbs going to the Cat down the stretch? That ball should have been going to Brunson. They didn't like the substitutions. They didn't like getting the ball out of Brunson's hands. Brunson didn't like the fact that the plays they were calling was not coming his way. And just like anybody you know, in those situations, they made a business decision. And that business decision was to get rid. That business decision was to get rid of Tibbs. Oh, let's see if Rick Brunson go with him. Let's see if your daddy go. Let's see what your daddy did. Did your daddy mess up too? Was your daddy a problem too? Huh? That's what I want to know. Was your daddy a problem? Was your daddy doing a good job? You should have fired your daddy too. So is your daddy gonna go too? Because he need to go. Yeah, well, here's the news. For the rest of the players on the team. But I see where they're trying to go with this situation. But it's clear to me, without a fraction of a doubt, no diggity, no doubt, This was all done by Jalen Brunson. Jalen Brunson got Tibbs up out of there. This is all on him. And that little staged interview thing when he gets up and walks out to make it look like, no, man, he took up for Tibbs. That was staged. It was all staged. Now it all makes sense. The more we see people come one way and do another thing, and nobody say anything about it, the more we see other people get in the way and they fall for the propaganda. He didn't like the way he was being managed in this championship game. Brunson felt like I shouldn't have to sit 6 and 7 minutes in a game. I felt his ass should have been sitting down longer. Tibbs was actually right. When he sat Brunson fat ass down, that's when they actually went on runs and got back into the game. So I don't see a problem here. Tibbs, to me, he made a crucial mistake by not playing certain people. He playing everybody else too long. But the way he handled Brunson was the way he should have been handling Brunson. Get the ball out of his hands, put Miles McBride in the game, and let him add some speed to the floor. They can move the ball around, and you'll get better production. Cat played better. Everybody played better because the ball was not sticking to one person with everybody standing around watching. I need to understand what's happening here. And yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot that's going on. And a lot of people are not understanding that the New York Knicks are in a crux where they can't get out their own way. Now, this is what Tibbs did. His first year, y'all go to the playoffs and y'all lose to the first round to the Atlanta Hawks. The next year, y'all don't even make the playoffs. Right? Then the year after that, y'all go to the playoffs again, and y'all lose to the Miami Heat in the second round, right? Yeah, second round. Then, the very next year, his fourth year, y'all play the Pacers in the second round, and you get put out. This year, y'all make it to the Eastern Conference Finals due to an injury. Y'all celebrate. Y'all get it further than you've ever made it. then pow pow. Mm-hmm. Straight like that. Pow pow. You're gone again to the Indiana Pacers. So in 5 years of coaching, you've made the playoffs 4 times out of the 5 years. Now, the last time y'all did this, y'all brought in a new guy, the Knicks went to obscurity. Everything fell apart on the team. Right when the Knicks said, we're on our way. Next thing you know, back to the floor. I doubt the NBA will let that happen now because they have no superstars. So now, well, if the Knicks get Mike Malone, that is an upgrade. Not a knock on Tibbs, it's just an upgrade. As he's more offensive minded and run different sets. But it's also about your personnel. Because it was Mike Malone who altered the game of Aaron Gordon to help him have an NBA career. Because in Orlando, Aaron Gordon's game was entirely different. Now he's gotten into a role where he understands where he's actually very productive on both ends of the ball. Here's the other key to why Tibbs is gone. Tibbs is gone because they're trying to make a move here. Meaning, free agency. Free agents don't like to go places where they think they're going to have a problem. So if you want Kevin Durant, you want Rudy Gobert, you want Giannis, right? You're not going to bring in a coach all right? You're not going to bring in some coach that these players are not going to be comfortable with. Kevin Durant has been going through that his entire career. Phoenix Suns have had 3 coaches in 3 years. That's what I keep telling y'all. This dynamic has got to change. People are out here running around, making up plays as they go along. And things are not making sense. So when you start seeing things that are not adding up, it's not computing in people's minds like what in the world is actually happening here. You're forcing people's hands. And It's very alarming. It's very taxing on the human body. It's very much telling us that, hey, this is the very best it's going to be. You know, and that's a problem for a lot of people. No one wants to spend their best years fighting with a coach when you've been in the league 16, 17 years. It's like, dude, I've been in the league 16, 17 years. I am not about fighting with no coach. I'm trying to prove something. That's what ends up happening the majority of the time, is you end up in a situation where these guys are trying to prove something. These coaches, I can prove I can get this team to work. I just got to break this superstar player to let him know it's all about team. Dude was like, look, man, this is not my second, third year. I'm 17 years in the league. F off. Get me a water while you at it, coach. You know, Jalen Brunson wants other players to come there. And see, what they do is these players communicate with each other. He'll talk and be like, yo, man, why don't you come play with us? And he'd be like, man, I don't know about playing with Tibbs. Man, he ain't that bad. Believe me, dog, that's just all the stuff for the media, man. He actually a good coach. Nah, bro. I'm actually, you know, I do want to go to New York. I do like New York and be close to home and all that. It's just Tibbs, though, man. I done been through that coach, man. People done sold me on these coaches. And I get there, and it's a whole different thing. He's like, all right, man. And then they call back, look, man, we about to get Mike Malone. Yeah, for Denver. For real? Yeah, yeah, I think about coming there now. You see, all of that stuff matters. Butterball be like, I'm going to get Tibbs up out of here so we can get Mike Malone. I like the way he coached. Do you, Butterball? Because I don't think you do. Because I don't think you know exactly who he is. Because if you did, probably wouldn't want him. Mike Malone holds everybody accountable. There are no superstars. Trust me, he's old school. He's trained by a Pistons coach. From a man who knew basketball his whole life. And like his father, Brendan Malone, when Denver won the championship, you saw a growth. You saw an expectance. You saw a whole lot of things in the process that took place that normally wouldn't take place in everyday walk of life. Right? The players got too much power. So when you start noticing the players have all this power, that's when you start noticing that there is a difference. I never was like that before. If I noticed they had too much power. See, back in those days, a player couldn't tell a coach anything. His job is to play. Now you got players being the coach, they recruiting people, it's a mess. You have a failed AAU system that doesn't know how to develop players anymore. That's why the international players come over and they can dominate, because most of these guys are playing off pure athleticism and a lack of skill set. Well, Luka Doncic doesn't have to be fast if he's skilled. He just knows how to get to his position because he has talent. And it's very easy when you're playing against guys who don't know how to defend. They don't even have a clue where their feet should be on the court. That's what I keep trying to tell y'all. It's light years of difference. All right, you blaming Karl Anthony Towns for the season, right? Knicks fans, they're still concussed. Let me explain something to you. The reason why y'all been losing for the last 50 plus years is because you guys failed to accept reality. And I noticed that about New Yorkers. You live in delusion. Let me give you some idea of what's going on. Karl Anthony Towns is what you tried to blame. Averaged 23 and 12 for the series. Do you know what the problem was with Karl Anthony Towns? You weren't running the offense through him. Only certain times that you did, and it was remedial. You kept giving him no separation. Now, defensively, you got to live with what he is, but you're not doing anything to assist him in his progression to back him up. Your problem was you put all your faith in a 5'10" point guard who's on the ball, not being a point guard, not facilitating. So you basically got a 5'10" LeBron James. And he slows the game down to a crawl. And they lost to a team that runs and they move the ball. 5 guys are touching the ball. Everybody's moving. If you look at the Indiana Pacers, those guys that they got are all-around defenders. They can guard the front court. They can guard a 4-3. They are not shy when it comes to defense. And they can get their shot over Jalen Brunson, who can't jump over a Dixie cup any day of the week. This is why he got him fired. So the man gets you as far as you've ever been fired. This is why you've been failing all these years. It's all about this entitlement. You can't coach these guys. You can't coach them anymore. They feel entitled and they haven't even won or done anything. So you got that on the table to deal with. Why would anybody want Sam should have had the job. But do you want a first-time head coach right now to deal with this? Does he have the temperament? My thing is this. Fire Tibbs for what? They've already fired him. So if you've already fired him, what's the point? It's all gonna backfire. They have no plans, no decisions, nothing in there. Oh, the team's organization has been terrible. What is this? I was gonna say, even that's kind of bad. Yeah, it's horrible. I deserve it after getting ripped off. Right. I feel like Tim Thbodeau right now. That was low down. I finally got to a wheel. Tim Thbodeau took this team there, was able to deal with these wild personalities, but yet and still, y'all threw him under the bus. No accountability for Brunson, who he put the team in front of. His father is the assistant coach. His godfather is the general manager. Tibbs was his coach the whole time. We go to his games, give him advice on what to do on the basketball court. To get was Jalen Brunson meltdown. Once you feed into a person's arrogance, like LeBron James, he's the most arrogant basketball player there is, and his narcissism, like he's a narcissist. So in his mindset, since he was 15 years old, they've been catering to him. 15. So imagine where he's at now at 20, where everybody does everything he says. They're scared to say things to him. Now, if you know that, then you know that a person of that stature is not going to change after 40, 30 years of being that way. It's not going to happen. He's got enough money to retire. The league really wants him out of here. But his arrogance, it needs the spotlight. He can't function no other way. Well, the last because Tim was better. Now, the Pistons outplayed the New York Knicks. They won more quarters of basketball than them, all because they transitioned well getting up and down the court. Anybody who watched the game could see that. You didn't have to be a Piston fan or a Knicks fan. It's about basketball. And once you've seen that materialize, then you realize what's good basketball and what isn't. That style of basketball, walking the court down, slowing it down, these guys are, especially the Pacers, they could defend you perfectly. Yeah, they'll get in your grill. Pacers will get right in your grill. They like to keep the tempo fast because they know you like to play slow. Remember how the Lakers used to win? Well, you don't remember how to win. Well, when Magic Johnson and Kareem and those guys, they had Showtime offense. That's what Showtime was, fast break, running guys up and down the court. Most of those guys weren't in shape, especially back in the 80s and 90s. They began smoking cigarettes at halftime. What you have is the Lakers was like involved in like 10 finals every year. You know? For 10 years, either the Lakers or Celtics, one of those teams were in the finals. What's next? I don't know, but Brunson got him out of there to me. It's like the time y'all brought Phil Jackson in. Who could forget that? That sent y'all down a darkwood spiral. Man is playing. I mean, but that's like you, right? All right, way to go. Get it all back. Right. Well, it's like this. You got a job, right? You go to your job. Your job, and they give you, say, this is the best you've ever done at your job. The company sales or whatever goes up, right? And then, right when the season's over, they call you in and say, hey, we're letting you go. What are the grounds? So what is the grounds of him being terminated? I'm still trying to figure that out. Why would they let him go? If it wasn't the star player complaining and crying because he needs someone to blame. There's no accountability anymore. Everybody's entitled, and it's a whole different world of dealing with these spoiled individuals. and they've been spoiled since they were kids, and then they grow into adults completely still spoiled, and then the rest of the world's got to deal with it. Well, that's what happens, you know? That's why I try to tell y'all constantly. I never felt like that. I felt an entirely different way.
That one naturally. That's the best bit.
Yeah.
The bonus screws you sometimes when you get it on a fast tire.
Yeah. Oh, I thought that was all. No, I wouldn't. Oh, I thought it lit up. Yes, Tibbs should still have his job. I mean, if you can fire a coach for no reason and no grounds to fire him, and you better have something better in the waitings. Like if y'all getting Mike Malone, okay. I didn't think they would be stupid enough to fire him. Figuring what happened last time, but this is the Knicks. In the whole organization. Oh yeah, we're gonna do a panel, so we'll hear everybody else do what they want to do. Say what it is that they want to say about it.
That happens.
Okay, so this game does this too. But it gets you to like one candle, and then nothing happens for about $300-400. Okay, there we are. It's a very good game when it's actually operating, yes. Oh, I just got 3 of those.
That'd be huge, huh?
Yes. This is actually a good bonus to have. That's 3, right?
300?
No.
Oh,
I
75,
wish.
75.
Yeah.
That's good.
Locking it. There we go. Locking up. Me and
fun.
my mommy. Yeah, it's fun until it's not.
No hit for you?
Oh, no. They used to. Yeah, they turned on me. And I said, all right, we through. It's like an ex. I don't go back.
Yeah, right.
She's acting up. Gotta let her go.